Pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls.
But anywho, y'all, welcome. And first and foremost, giving glory to God. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And then secondly, we have went from like the last video I think I put, and I've been tracking, of course, if y'all look at the community post. I do post under the community, so want to give that announcement as well. Make sure y'all connect with me. If I'm not posting videos, then I am making posts under the community. Stay connected with me there. But y'all, our family has grown to over 200 family members. So shout out to y'all for subscribing. Thank you all to the ones who even left comments down below. I appreciate it. As of right now, we are at 209 family members, y'all. So again, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for watching the videos. And also thank y'all for commenting. So I truly appreciate it. And for those who are giving it a thumbs up as well, thank y'all. Just thank y'all for connecting. And I don't want y'all to think that I don't see it and I don't appreciate it, because I definitely do. So appreciate it. As y'all see on the screen, we're gonna go over gold. I took an L on this trade, and it's just like just one of those trades, man. Definitely learned a lot of lessons. I don't know if you've been reading my screen, but here are some of the notes that I took. Overall, in this trade, I did lose $70. My estimated profit for this trade, if everything would have played out, would have been around $250 to $300. So, you know, 6, 7, I don't know. I hang around high school kids too much, and this is the new thing. But so here are some of my things. So I think it was here. I raised my risk midway. Again, I put some notes on the community post, so check those out. But I did was risking 45 at one point for 300. But then I kind of raised my stop loss to 4,000 because, and we'll get into it, but I raised my stop loss, so that's why I end up losing more within this trade. But for the first time, y'all, with losing this trade, like $70 is the most that I have lost. Like, not technically, it's not the most I've lost, but it's not like something that's affected me as much. Like, I took the loss and I'm like, but I could have had 300, you know? So I think positive. Like, it's cool. I took a lesson, and that's all well. And I'm learning truly a lot from it. So let me just read over these notes if you haven't read them here. Okay. Click here so I can, there we go. So again, I was risking 45 at a point to take an estimated profit of around 300. Again, I raised my stop loss because I was possibly going to wick out. And how this trade was set up, it looked too good, like, for me to be wicked out by a little wick and then it go down in my direction. So I was really confident within this trade for it to play out, creating a new low. But I had to also think that gold is at all-time highs. So there are still a lot of buyers that are pushing up, you know? Even though a downtrend is presenting itself, it's still like in its all-time highs. So anywho, I did lose one of my positions midway because of drawdown. At the time I checked, it was like $27, I think it was. I think. However, my drawdown, and I had to add some more money into my account because of drawdown. But I was off, I think, by like $10 or so. So it closed one of my contracts out early, which is cool. I'm fine with that. Um, and that's why I added another contract to replace that one. Just and again, I put this in my community post that don't judge me because I woke up early in the morning and just added that one. I was just like, girl, what are you doing? Um, so lesson I'm learning to put all positions in at the beginning so that way I'm not trying to add contracts like midway during a trade to earn more, that I just put them all in on my first entry and then leave it alone. Another thing, and we'll go into it more, but should have, could have, would have closed around the 39.20 level because technically all of that, when I pull back and look, all of that could have been like or looks like the indication, just in my opinion. And basically what I was seeing is that I should have took profit then, let it correct itself, of which I think it is doing, and then allowing it to come back down. I could have re-entered basically where I had my first entry at to begin with, and then took another position to the downside. But those are all hypotheticals. Trade is over with now, so yeah. I was really pushing. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll get into it. I'm trying to see if there was anything else before we dive in. Yeah, that's for the pullbacks. Okay, get this off the screen. And this off the screen. Cool. All right, so this is, again, when I was talking about gold is at its all-time highs, because this is basically the indication when it broke out and created this new high. And I think everybody has been anticipating on a pullback before it then reattempts, but it hasn't done that just yet. But you really can't see much in the daily, so we're going to go down to the 4-hour. So this is how I was seeing everything in the 4-hour, and I'm going to take these off because sometimes these numbers just be in my way. So this is what everything looked like here. I'm going to take them off. Cool. So this is what I was seeing, right? All right, so higher low, higher high. Sellers pushed through where buyers were. And then let me put my arrows because I like doing arrows. So 1 second, y'all. My mother is calling. So, all right, y'all. So here, we know from here we have sellers pushing price down here. And we had buyers at this level pushing price back up. Price broke through, created a new low, then created a lower high. So this is where I marked it off. I don't have to do that black line, but it helps me, especially with the indication. But anywho, a lower high, and then guess what? We had our overall indication here. Do another one. So price broke below this level, which we'll call this level 410. Price broke through, created a new lower low, and then came back up and then created a lower high. And this is where I was looking, or where I got in on my entry. So let's go here. Let me scroll down and let me also do arrows. So just keep in mind, lower high, we got price getting pushed down from this level. But we also got to keep in mind we have buyers. So sellers pushing price down. We have buyers here pushing price up. Okay. We have this indication here creating a new low. And this here, this new low is the target goal. Okay, because now we see we're in this downtrend. Also, this lower low beats, or hold on, this is what also I was looking at. Let me go back. Another reason why I had that line up here. Let me bring this back up. Should I see? Let me see. All right. Another reason I was super confident within this trade is that we kind of broke structure. We are already in this downtrend so much that this lower low broke below the higher low that created this higher high, you know? So I was like, oh, we breaking levels in this. This is good. This is a good momentum, good trade. This is lovely. Right? No. So I'm gonna take these out, but I just wanted y'all to see that as well. That is another reason I was like super happy with this, is because it went below, it broke below the higher low that created that higher high. So all in all, and dang, I deleted my entry prices. I knew I needed to leave them up here. Let's go down to the 1 hour, but I also want to go ahead and point out we did the indication. So here is the indication. It broke below this 410 level and it stopped here. And this is where buyers were saying, no, we here, we're stopping you. We're not letting you go any lower than this, and push price back up. Oh, I forgot I am on video so you can see. Oh man. All right, so we do have buyers here pushing price back up at this 38.85.77 level. And I usually mark it here. And this is my target goal, my take profit, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So then I seen it correct itself, right? This is the correction. It corrected itself and it created a lower high. I'm like, okay, we are in this. We broke below a new level. We created a lower high. Prices closing. And since I deleted the prices or the entry levels, I had to go back in. Let me see here. So this is the correction, y'all. So let me put that correction. And what I'll do is I'll show you in the hour. But when we get down to the hour, what I'm looking for is the same type of structure. Am I starting to see lower highs and lower lows? So that's what I'm starting to look at. So I'll go down to my hour. Let's refresh it here. Okay. And I think my open price for the very first trade was 40.11 and some change. So let me go ahead and put that in. And I know I got in, I think it was this one. Yeah, because I delete stuff. Let me check. Hold on. Because I don't wanna y'all thinking I'm faking. You know how people be like, she's lying. I'm not lying. Okay, so my open price was 40.11.21 on November the 3rd. So this is November the 3rd, because anything back here is Sunday. Okay, Monday, November 3rd. I'm gonna say this one. Okay. And we're going to put it here, but then we're going to do, yeah, I just figured this out, y'all, that you can type in. Don't judge me, but I just literally found this. So 40, 11, 21. And then I have my stop loss at 40, 30, 84. And this is before I moved it to, because once it broke below, I moved this stop loss to my entry price where it was risk free. But at first, I was risking about $19.63. I'm reading a screenshot also, y'all, because with my brokerage, and I don't know why, but when it closes the trade and I go back and look, the prices are not the same. Like, it's not the same. It's not, it doesn't give you like was the opening, it doesn't do that. So I've learned to screenshot it. So okay. My take profit was that level, which was the 3886.42. So we're gonna do that here. And then my stop loss, oh, I already said that it was what, 40, 30, 84. Okay. So that is basically what my setup looked like for the very first position. And this was only one position, 0.01 was my size. 0.01. Okay. And this is where, that I said in the beginning, I need to just go ahead and, if I want to do 3 positions and I feel comfortable in the trade, put 3 positions in, because what I did was I put in another position within this area right here and was having a heart attack every single time. This is where my heart attacks and stuff start coming in, and this is where I lost, because then I brought my stop loss down to 4,000, and this is where I got tapped out at. So just to let y'all know, let me go ahead. I did move my stop loss down to 4,000, about there. So this was where I closed out I couldn't afford to lose more than what I was doing. So this was my 4,000. This is my stop loss. With this first position here, I did get a profit of about $10. So that helped me out. But yeah. So that's the whole gist. That was the trade, but let's get into it here within this hour. So I got in again about here where, hold on, it's a little bit above the entry, and I'm sorry, before this indication line. But I got into this trade is because I start seeing this right here. Okay. So this was the lower high. It broke below here and created a new low here. So we have buyers still here, right? Turn this. Then it came back up above, and I wasn't watching. I didn't enter in here because I didn't notice until over here. This was Sunday. I wasn't even looking at the charts or trying to put into an entry because I was exhausted. My daughter turned 5 this past weekend, and I was not looking at the chart or trying to enter anything. So I wasn't paying attention to this. But when I got into it, this is what I seen. So then, guess what? A lower low was created. Here, came back up, but this lower low was created. Then it attempted, so this was just a indication, right? You could have Let me just go back. Let me not go to all my brain thinking. But this is what I was seeing. And I don't want to confuse or do too much. But overall, this is what I was seeing. This, and I could have just did a pattern. I knew since in the overall, like in the 4 hour, that a lower high was created. I just needed to see it also continue to show that lower highs and lower lows were also being created. I hope that makes sense. But when I seen that each time that it came up here, it was lower than the previous high, it just that the market structure part. And I would highly suggest you go watch the market structure part. I think that's the first one of the course with Trade by Side. That's the first one. Just seeing this. So I know price came down. It's going to retrace itself, created a lower high. Cool. Created a lower low. Great. Came back up, created another lower high. And then this is where I entered. Okay, so this was my entry, and then I set my stop loss just a little bit above here. Did that one tap it? Now this makes me think. Hold on. It must didn't tap it. Hold on. There we go. Trying to see did it touch. It looked like it touched. It looked like it touched, but I didn't get out. So I don't know. But it makes me think, was this my entry? This can't be my entry. Hold on. Let me not. What time is this? This wasn't my entry because I'm not going to be up at 3 in the morning. 9 in the morning? Yes. So let me scoot this over. Oh, not that. Let me scoot this over. Y'all, this was my entry. The reason why I went with this as my stop loss is because that was the highest wick and it gave me a little cushion of it going a little bit above that previous, high or whatever. But yes, this is my entry. My stop loss. This makes more was at that candle high. This was my entry, not at 3 in the morning. Okay. But anywho, price came down. And this could have also been, again, I wasn't up, wasn't looking, but this would have been entry. Okay, let me not worry about this as much. Let's go into where, and again, this is creating a new low, but this was supposed to break. This was supposed to break and it didn't break. This is where I said I should have gotten out at. And I said that because I was, no, this was my mindset. I'm going to put this here. Because, and mind you, all this, and I don't want to put this line here, but all this is correction. All right, it corrected itself and it started showing that it was making lower highs. Cool. But where is that? Where was it? Let me go. And this is. All right. what was going on in my thought process that could have registered to me? This here, when it broke through, this is where buyers, oops, this is where buyers said, hey, this is where we are at. We are not allowing you, Tan, to go any lower than this level. And when I seen multiple times that price attempted, and I've done this with my last trade, that avoidable loss lesson, it happened the same way. I see multiple opportunities here where price is not trying to go any lower than here. It's not giving me any indication at all to let me know that it is wanting to go below here. It did not break through. No candle broke through. I needed a indication showing me and telling me, yes, we are still wanting to come through this level. But it didn't happen. And it showed it each hour. Hour 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4 hours, it was not trying to get below this level. No attempts were made. No, let's go to the 30 minutes. 30 minutes the lowest I'll go. I had time, even in 30 minutes, letting me know price isn't wanting to go below here. However, and let me make sure this was, yes, and I have these lines here. And this is just me. I don't know if this is correct, but this just helps me when I'm looking for like indications to be made. So I stick with either 4-hour levels or 1-hour levels. And here, so price originally dropped and this was the lowest it went, was this level right here, right? And then after that, the lowest it would go was about here. Matter of fact, let me not even put that. I'll just leave it at this. So this was the lowest it went. We know that buyers are here pushing price up. This first candle is where we're starting to see that buyers are stepping in. So when buyers stepped in, this is the highest that it pushed back after all of this downish thing. I could have done this candle too, but I went with this one. Don't ask why. I just went with this one. It came back down. This is the candle I went with. So if I go down to the 30-minute candle, if I look again, I see multiple times that we are not getting any indication that price is wanting to push past here. I had multiple times that showed me nope, 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 nope. This right here was an indication. This is going a 30-minute going, letting me know that price, and if I was to go down to the 15-minute, we'll see even more clear, which I possibly will, but the 30-minute is clear enough for me. I got an indication. Here is a little bit of correction right here, and this is the continuation, I bet you, in the 15-minute. But this right here was an indication for me that price is wanting to continue up, that it is not wanting to go down. It can't go down. It tried to go down and it didn't, but it broke an hour resistance line. And then again, I had an opportunity and it showed me it's not pushing below. It's not even getting below these levels. So at this point, I could have, should have, would have, could have got out. However, oops, I was also thinking that this could be, possibly I knew this was a level because also that's what I want to do. Once we kind of get down into this 30-minute, I don't know if it was in the hour. It did in the hour. But during this kind of not choppy, but when Price was creating these lower, it created a high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then it created a new low, right? This was a level at first where buyers were stepping in and pushing back up. It stopped here and pushed back up. So when it broke through this level, in my brain, I'm thinking, okay, it's just going to probably correct itself and then come back down. And I was saying 371 is what I needed it to come. Oh, because I was going off of the body of this candlestick. Something that I need to adjust as well. So I was going off of here, the body. Because I was at like 371 is where I was like, oh, I needed just to stay below 371. But if I would have did it to here, I'm trying to kind of think through this process, y'all, as well. This video is going to be 30 minutes. Y'all watch it. Good. If y'all still here with me, I appreciate y'all, but I know this video is long. I know that I added a supply zone here because this is what I was thinking in my head. Even though I did not tap out here, it's because I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get my pattern back out. Went here, there, kind of that. Boom, created a new low. This is me thinking, okay, come up here, tap into this, continue down, and come back down. That also was the main reason that I didn't get out. However, now that I'm truly thinking about it now, a correction is only a correction if an indication is made. There was no indication letting me know that it's going to continue low. So if no indication is letting me know that it wants to go here, then it's not really a continuation. It's really a change. If it would have closed the candle below here and then came back up, then I feel like the possibility of this coming back down into trend would have happened. But since there was no correction of saying that it is wanting to go below this level, then for sure should have been a key for me to just go ahead and just close out my trades and wait for this possible overall correction that it's doing. It came right back up here, retested. This can possibly now go to the target goal because it's still lower. It's still a lower high. Now we have a higher low. We have this higher low creating another lower high. And so the possibility, let me get this off. But the possibility of it now coming down because it lesson learned, y'all. Just lesson learned. This has the possibility If this is sticking as a lower high, as we've seen, we had this downtrend, it's still lower than this. Got back below, boom. Well, I don't know. What do y'all think? If y'all made it this far in the video, I know it's 35 minutes in. I'm probably not going to do really no edits, possibly, but I want to see how gold plays out because I don't know. It can stop here, it can bounce back up, but yeah, it's still nothing has beat this 4-hour level. See what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Look at that in the 4. So maybe I should have, taken that again. Oh, and then look, I get a doji at the bottom of a downtrend. Oh my goodness. Definitely should have gotten out. Lesson learned. Lesson learned, y'all. Again, this was a $70 loss with a submitted take profit of 300. But a lot of key lessons, at least for me, learned. Definitely learned that just to go all in and then sometimes just to pull out, like don't just get focused on one time frame, like really taking heed and looking into like the smaller details of it. Again, this is still a learning curve for me. As y'all can see, it's starting to click, it's starting to come together, but it's some small things because I could have still had about a $98 profit within here and been good, and then would have been able to let it correct itself if that's what it's wanting to do, to then put in even more to take on, just but anywho, y'all. As always, I do hope that I'm helping. If you do have any questions, I try to help. Again, I'm just a beginner. Um, take this information with a grain of salt. um, and again, if you trade ICC, if you took a trade within gold, how did you do? Which was your setup? And yeah, definitely let's continue to communicate in the community here on YouTube. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next video and I hope to continue to post more, but no rushing, no rushing. But yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.